Michter's traces its heritage back to America's first whiskey company, Shank's, founded in 1753 by John Shank.
According to historical lore commemorated by the Lebanon Valley Coin Club, in 1778, General George Washington visited the distillery to purchase whiskey for his men during the winter at Valley Forge.
In 1861, the distillery was sold to Abraham Baumberger and became known as Baumberger's.
The 1919 passage of Prohibition forced the distillery to shut its doors until reopening in 1934.
During the early 1950s, then-owner Lou Foreman created the name Michter's by combining portions of his sons' names, Michael and Peter.
In 1989, Michter's declared bankruptcy and shut its Pennsylvania operations, leaving its name abandoned and lost to history.
In the 1990s, our team began its work to restart Michter's. I went for advice to one of my mentors, Dick Newman, who had extensive distilling experience, especially in Kentucky. And Dick strongly advised me that Kentucky was a place to restart the Michter's brand. Kentucky has the best whiskey resources of any state in the United States, as well as some of the world's finest distillers. Since our team started its work to bring back Michter's, we've gone through 3 phases of production. The first phase of production, we actually didn't make the whiskey ourselves. We bought whiskey, we bought Kentucky Straight Rye and Kentucky Straight Bourbon that was of a style that we really liked a lot, and a style that hopefully, if we ever had the chance in the future, we would make and emulate ourselves. Then we got to phase 2. At that point, we went to a Kentucky distillery that was operating under capacity, and we were actually distilling with our own recipes. The mash bills, the yeast, barreling at 103 proof. In effect, we were like a chef who was cooking in someone else's restaurant kitchen before he could afford his own. In phase 3, we had the financial resources and built our own distillery in the Shively section of Louisville. Currently, Michter's has 3 locations, all in Kentucky. We have our distillery in the Shively section of Louisville. We have our farm and our operations in Springfield, Kentucky. And, of course, we have the Michter's Fort Nelson distillery in downtown Louisville, where you are today. Cheers.